On today's episode of Nerd Discussions, I'm going to be talking about another one of my favorite TV shows, a show which also became a huge craze and took over the nation. Stay tuned. Hey, how's it going, my friends? Welcome back to the Nerd Life. And today's video is all about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which is one of my favorite shows as a kid. I was definitely a Power Rangers kid. So many great memories of watching that show every Saturday morning. The show debuted August 28th, 1993, just a few days before my ninth birthday, and man, what a birthday that was, getting to watch the debut of a show about a group of teenagers who become heroes to fight monsters. I mean, involving a lot of martial arts and just kicking some bad guy ass, and you couldn't get no better than that. And just you had and it lasted until 1996 before it became Power Rangers Zeo, which is when I kind of got away from it. But the original series is just so iconic. You have the what started out to be 5 Power Rangers. You had Jason the Red Ranger, Zach the Black Ranger, Billy the Blue Ranger, Trini the Yellow Ranger, and Kimberly the Pink Ranger. And then they were joined later by Tommy, who became the Green Ranger, which everybody loves the Green Ranger. I mean, how can you not? I did too, but the Red Ranger was always my favorite. But then you had the Evil Queen, Rita Repulsa. You had her minions, Goldar, Finster, Baboon Squat, and then you had all the iconic monsters, which a lot of people remember to this day, like Bones, King Sphinx, Mighty Minotaur, Pudgy Pig, Eye Guy, and the Pumpkin Rapper. Just so monsters that are very memorable, for better or for worse. Like the Pumpkin Rapper, that was a pretty bad one. But I mean, and who didn't get pumped with the theme music, right? You knew your Saturday morning was going to get even better whenever you heard this. I mean, am I right? It's just awesome. But yeah, then the show became a huge craze. It took the world by storm. The Power Rangers were everywhere. They were all over. You had clothing, you had shirts, pajamas, lunch boxes, glassware, bedclothes, like bed sheets, blankets. You had all the toys, of course. I had quite a bit of the toys. I had some of the flip head ones and the 6-inch figures that had the karate chop action or karate kick action. But the toys were iconic. The Megazord, my God, that was the coolest shit ever. Both the Dino Megazord and the Thunder Megazord I liked too. I mean, hell, you had a freaking Red Dragon, and that was like one of my favorites. But yeah, I never got my hands on the Megazord as a kid, which really sucked. But I did fine without it. But yeah, it's definitely one of my grails to add to my toy collection for sure. That and the Thunder Megazord and the Dragon Zord. I mean, the Dragon Zord was just badass too. It's like a tribute to Godzilla. Just really cool. But yeah, like there were places you could go where you could meet the Power Rangers. People were dressing up like Power Rangers for Halloween. It was a great time to be a kid in the early to mid '90s. But yeah, that was just, man, you can't say a whole lot about it. I mean, there's just so much about the show that I loved. it got me into martial arts. Like, after that, I would watch anything involving martial arts, whether it be a movie or a TV show. Um, I might have tried some of that stuff. And I also might have got hurt doing a drop kick one time, but hey, the dumb things kids do, right? But yeah, it's just incredible time, man. The early 90s period was just a great time. We had so many other stuff as well, but waking up every Saturday morning to watch your usual lineup of cartoons and shows, and then like Power Rangers. You also had like some of the more iconic episodes as well, like when Kimberly and Billy became what they called punks. They had like got an attitude and shit. They were being mean, but oh, and Bulk and Scully, like who could forget those two guys? I almost did. Like Bulk and Scully, like just two kooky characters. They were like the typical bullies, but they were always messing things up and hurting themselves, which at the time was really funny. I just recently went through the series on Netflix and didn't age particularly too well, but but back then, man, you didn't pay attention to how bad the acting was when you were as a kid. At least I didn't. I was just into the martial arts and seeing them beat the bad guys every week. That was my thing. The acting I paid no attention to. And of course, a lot of things from the 90s is considered cheesy now. But I think that's what makes it great sometimes, though. And, but yeah, the episodes, you had, like the Pudgy Pig episode was iconic. Of course, the very first episode introduced everyone. There was the one that I remember a lot was the episode where they had to fight Goldar and King Sphinx, like as giants with the Megazord. I mean, shoot, seeing the battles between the big monsters and the Megazord, all of them were awesome. But I remember that one specifically because I just liked the way King Sphinx looked, and I've always liked Goldar's look. At least the original. I don't know what they did to him in the movie they did a few years ago. But yeah, in the episode with Bones, I remember the monster taking him to his like world. Kind of reminded me like the Nether Realm or some shit. But yeah, and then you had the frog episode. I can't remember the name of the something Toad was the name of the monster, but yeah, he swallowed the Power Rangers one by one. That was an episode I remember watching. Just so many great episodes. You had like the one with the rhino monster. I can't remember his name either, but yeah, I remember that one because it involved like football and stuff. But yeah, just a lot of great memories watching that show, and just the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was a huge part of my childhood and something I remember to this day. Those memories are always going to be with me. Watching that show as a kid, loving it, doing the karate kicks and stuff, imitating them, what I was seeing on TV. But yeah, and then playing with the toys. I didn't have any of the monsters, so I would just like pretend all my other action figures were monsters when I was battling with the, Power Rangers. But yeah, that was just awesome time, man. Awesome time. But guys, that'll do it for this video. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate the fact that y'all take the time out of your day to watch my videos. It means a lot to me. But yeah, and let me know in the comments if the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers were also a big part of your childhood as well. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more content. Until next time, take care.